Hey guys.
Hi.
Good evening.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Woo. It's a little scary.
It's supposed to be.
It scares me sometimes.
It's a scary day.
All the time.
It's a scary day.
Had my lucky rabbit's foot. Dyed pink and everything.
Well, I'm wearing my pentagram. All right. Today's daily dose of superstition.
Yes. Welcome to Daily Dose.
Woo woo.
That's somewhere.
What do you want to talk about first?
Ooh, I don't know. It's Friday the 13th.
It is.
It's a lucky day.
How very astute of you.
Huh? It's a lucky day for most, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the number 12.
Well, wait a minute. Let's back it up.
All right.
When we were leaving for our great adventure on the road, we were supposed to leave on Friday the 13th.
Indeed.
I said no.
So we left on Saturday the 14th.
Yes. And we're alive so far.
It worked out.
It worked out so far. There you go.
So, let's talk about the number 12.
Number 12. But it's Friday the 13th.
I know.
So why are we talking about 12?
Because there's 12 months in the year. Because 12 is like the good number, and 13 is the bad number. So, 12.
Why is 13 a bad number?
It's bad. It's bad.
See? But I thought it was good luck.
So why didn't we leave on Friday the 13th then?
Because it's bad luck.
Thank you! So, let's see. There's 12 months in a year. 12 signs of the zodiac.
Yes.
Can you name them all? I'm just kidding. 12 days of Christmas.
Really?
Well, it's a 12.
Yes. 12 disciples.
How about 12 disciples? 12 labors of Hercules. 12 Olympic gods.
12. 13 in a baker's dozen.
12 tribes of Israel.
Yes.
Lots of 12s. So then what's up with 13?
What's the point?
Well, 12 is a good number. So then you go to the next one after the good number, and it's bad. It's bad. Did you know that there's actually buildings that don't have a 13th floor?
I did know that.
They'll label them because it's bad. They'll label them as like 12B or I've seen a 12B, 12 and then 12B and then 14. They skip 13.
Why?
Because it's bad.
If anybody out there knows,
you seen the movie The 13th Floor?
I have.
It's a good movie.
If anybody out there knows why, let us know, please. Why buildings don't have a 13th floor?
Because it's bad. 13 is bad.
Yeah. I get that.
So now we talked about 12, and we talked about 13 being bad. Let's talk about why 13 is bad.
Thank you.
Okay, so the number 13 is bad because in January the 13th, 2012, the Costa Concordia cruise liner wrecked on the shores of Italy and killed 30 people.
Okay. So a bad thing happened on a 13th.
That's bad.
Yes.
Yes, January the 13th.
But lots of bad things happen on all the other days.
Okay, let's do another one. September
11th.
Friday the 13th. September the 13th, which was a Friday. 1996. Tupac Shakur. Killed.
Now he's getting right here, guys. He's getting right here.
It's a bad day.
Yes.
They need to go back further? More?
Yeah. What's your point? That's still things that happen.
All right. Friday, October the 13th, 1972. A Chilean airliner disappeared.
Ooh, see, there's an
Gone.
answer. An airliner disappeared?
Nobody will rent the 13th floor.
See? Capitalism. That's an answer I can get
Airliner. Airliner disappeared.
Yes.
You need more?
Yeah.
All right.
Those are all just coincidences. What's the point?
Friday the 13th, November the 13th, 1970. A cyclone killed 300,000 people in Bangladesh.
Where? Oh, wow. Damn.
300,000 people. That's bad.
That's bad.
It's Friday the 13th bad.
Okay.
Need to go back more?
Yeah.
All right. Friday, September the 13th,
Thanks, Ken.
1940.
What's the point?
Germany bombed Buckingham Palace.
That's bad.
That's bad.
And that was a Friday the 13th?
Yep.
Okay. So are all of these 13s that you're talking about Fridays?
Yeah.
Okay.
I even said Friday the 13th on all.
Friday the 13th.
Yep.
What else? So what? That's a handful of bad things. Over what?
So we'll go back some more. But, so now let's go to the 1800s.
Okay.
There's this guy named, sorry, I have to look at his name, William Fowler. He started a club called the 13 Club.
Ooh, I want to join.
Right? On the 13th of each month, they met in room 13 of Knickerbocker Cottage. 13 people were...
All of these are good signs so far.
13 people would be invited.
Uh-huh.
And they had to walk under a ladder to get in the room.
Okay.
And they would have a 13-course meal.
Damn. I really want to join this club.
We should start it. And they would recite the Latin phrase that means, for those of us who are about to die, salute you.
Okay.
I'd say it, but I don't want to butcher the Latin phrase.
Okay.
He was trying to disprove that the number 13 was bad. So he set up this 13 dinner club on the 13th of each month, 13 people, 13-course meal.
If this isn't a horror movie, somebody really needs to make this, because this is all just excellent setup. Let's get there. Let's get there.
It's a good movie. Okay, so now...
Did something bad happen?
Nope, nothing I know of.
I thought that there was really going to be, like,
no, he was trying to disprove it.
So he did. He succeeded.
Well, for a while.
Were y'all as let down as I was? Because I was really let down.
It's only a matter of time until it finally hits.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so let's go back to... Let's go to what probably is... well, I don't want to say probably. Let's go to what may be one of the primary reasons that we look at Friday the 13th as being bad luck.
Okay.
Friday, October the 13th, 1307.
What of it?
Well, let's back up a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Let's go back even
Who were the Knights Templar?
Let's take it back even more. Ooh. Now he's got my attention.
Who are the Knights Templar?
I don't know. Who are they? I bet you're going to tell us.
I am. Briefly. I don't have time to go super in depth. But they were basically a order of knights that was a sub body of the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And their primary job was to protect the travelers on the route from England to Jerusalem.
Okay.
So people would go on pilgrimages to the Holy Land, and it was their job to protect people along the way.
All right.
And then they also got into fights, the Crusades, the whole deal. They fought against the invaders in Jerusalem and tried to take, holy sites in Jerusalem back from the Muslims, and it went back and forth. And sometimes they would win, and sometimes they wouldn't, and blah blah blah.
You blow on me.
Well, I'm getting there. So, how did they come into the story? They became extremely wealthy.
Okay.
You want to know how they became extremely wealthy?
Yes, I do.
They were like bankers. They literally became a bank. Because travelers to the Holy Land would go to, if they went along the way, a lot of times they'd get robbed and they'd lose their money. So what they would do is they would stop at a Templar hostel or a temple in England, and they would give them a sum of money. And the scribe there would give them a receipt for their money.
All right.
They would travel to the Holy Land, they would present their ticket there, and they would get money back. All, of course,
so it was incentive for them to do that. Okay.
And, of course, they supposedly found treasures in the Holy Land and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, they had a lot of money. A lot.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Well, supposedly.
Okay.
Let's throw that in there.
So what's the point?
King Philip of France was broke and in debt. And guess what he needed?
Money?
He needed money. So he concocted this plan where he went to the Pope.
Uh-huh.
And Pope Clement V, I believe it was. And he said, hey, these Templars, they're doing all kinds of bad stuff. Mm-hmm. They're spitting on the cross, and they're doing all of these, basically...
That's a no-no.
Yeah. Okay. Really bad things. And so the Pope said, do what you must. So he basically had the okay from the Pope to shut down this functioning clerical body of the Catholic Church.
All right.
So Philip, what he did was...
Still very bored. Go on.
Arranged for every Templar facility in France to be attacked by his men on the same day. Guess what day that was?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
No fucking way.
You can. Yeah, so his men coordinated attack on all of the Templar facilities. Mm-hmm. They arrested all of the Templars, took them into custody, and went to take their treasure and all their money. And guess what they found?
The what?
Not a damn thing.
No money? Ha ha! Unlucky as hell.
And then, of course, there's all kinds of stories about a few Templars found out about it, and so they snuck most of their wealth out on some ships in the middle of the night. Yada yada. We could go down a whole bunch of rabbit holes there, but we won't.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't.
So yeah. So then, carried the story a little further.
Okay.
The Grand Master of the Templars, his name was Jacques de Molay. Mm-hmm. Jacques de Molay was captured along with the rest of his men in France. He was imprisoned. He was in prison for 7 years. Mm-hmm. The last 4 of which were in solitary confinement.
Okay.
By the time his execution date came, which was in 1314, he was in his 70s by then. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know that I'd use the term frail on a Knight Templar, but he was definitely getting older, and, you know, and so bear in mind, for 7 years, he was tortured. Mm-hmm. I mean, it wasn't just like you were sitting in a cell. They were torturing you regularly. There's stories about Templars who, one of the tortures they would do to them is paint their feet with cooking oil and put them close to a fire, and it would basically cook their feet. Ooh. And some of the Templars actually went into their court holding their toe bones in their hands that had burned off their feet.
Lovely.
Yeah. Lovely. So, you know, it wasn't like a you know, nice little cushy prison cell.
Right.
So on the day of their supposed execution, actually they didn't think they were going to be executed. What was supposed to happen was they were supposed to come up in front of the people. They made a big deal of it. There was a parade. There were all these people in the square came to watch this, and 4 of the main Templars, Jacques de Molay, Geoffrey de Chauncey, Hugh de Paynaud, and Geoffrey de Gonville.
Nobody named Joffrey is good.
They dressed them all up in their Templar robes, and they brought them up, and they were all supposed to confess because they'd already confessed, right, under torture. They were supposed to confess their sins, and once they confessed, they fell under the purview of the church. Okay. And because they fell under the purview of the church, they couldn't be killed, so they would basically be in prison for the rest of their lives. That's what was supposed to happen. And Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master of the Templars, got up there, and you know what he said?
Fuck that.
Fuck you. Literally. The charges were read, and the Grand Master declared his innocence. Nice. He said that the trial was rigged by both the Pope and the King.
Ooh, imagine that.
He recanted any and all confessions that he may have ever said under pain of torture. And basically just gave him a big FU.
Yes.
The King got fit to be tied. And he announced that they were going to be put to death that evening. And so...
What day was that?
It wasn't Friday the 13th. Oh. I know.
See, went down again.
I know.
Again.
But... So when they would build pyres to burn people alive, they would put a lot of the wood like right under the people so that it would get really hot really fast. And you'd usually die pretty quick. They actually spread it out so they would take longer for them to burn.
Lovely.
Yeah, they weren't nice people. They tied Jacques de Molay to the stake. They lit it on fire. And as Jacques de Molay was burning, he cast a curse upon all of those.
Both your houses.
So there's a lot of people say that it was very specific, and that he said that the Pope and the King would both die within a year. There's not actual historical record of that, but that's a very common story. The historical record of what he said is, let evil swiftly befall those who have wrongly condemned us. God will avenge our death. That's what that's the script of what he said. Now, there could have been other things that he said.
Okay.
About dying within a year and all that. But that's the written record of what he said.
All right.
The interesting thing is, Pope Clement V died 33 days later. Mm-hmm. And one of the other things that he supposedly said was that King Philip would die and that his family would never rule again. King Philip died 8 months later. Mm-hmm. So both of them within a year died. And his family never did rule again.
Ooh. So he's a prophet? Or he cast a curse?
Cast a curse, for sure.
Excellent.
He's a magician.
Cool. He's among good company. Right?
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a long story for Friday the 13th, but...
Yeah.
But that's one of the connotations that gives Friday the 13th such a bad name. That on Friday the 13th,
continues.
This whole order of knights was brought down by King Philip of France on Friday the 13th.
And thus, after ages and ages of people considering that it's a bad thing, I'm sure that our own energies and our own kind of superstitions over the years don't exactly help.
Right.
Have you ever made a bad decision on Friday the 13th? I have. We won't go into that, but it happens. Things happen.
So, yeah, I mean...
That's why I have my Lucky Rabbit's foot today.
Horseshoe?
I did my protection spell this morning. Aloe and lime. Hope you have yours.
I've never really had bad luck on Friday the 13th.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Just my own stupid decisions.
So let's go back one more time before 1307.
Before 1307. Here we go. Story time again.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
How many people were at the Last Supper?
13. Was it on Friday the 13th?
No, it was on a Thursday, though.
12.
Because he was crucified on Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 13 people, maybe they drank some wine into the evening and it ran over midnight, which would have made it 13 people on a Friday.
Right.
Friday the 13th-ish.
It's kind of pushing it a bit. But, I mean, because it's Thursday. Damn you, Judas. So,
and then they had to come up
what
with
about
Good Friday to counter Friday the 13th.
See, Friday's good. Oh, and Friday's my day. I like Fridays.
Venus.
Yes. Oh, come on. You know you love it.
So, yeah.
So, now what?
So, Friday the 13th. A little bit of history. Is it really bad?
I don't think so. Today's a good day with coronavirus and everything going on.
What if... I have a question.
What?
What if there was no Gregorian calendar? Would it even be Friday the 13th?
Well, obviously not.
Well, so that kind of blows that out of the water.
But I think that that's the point of creating our own current, not necessarily egregore, but... And I'm not going to say...
Social mental construct?
Kind of.
Archetype?
An archetype is a good example of that. But definitely an energy of sorts that kind of
revolves
corresponds
around
with that.
Well, sure. Anything you give energy to over time is going to build. So we've given enough energy as a society to Friday the 13th for years.
It would be interesting to consider if there are any nurses out there, the whole full moon thing with nurses and how there's always this kind of chaos around that. I wonder if Friday the 13th is similar. If there are more...
I don't know.
Crimes or craziness in hospitals that happen.
And then you'd have to figure out what Friday the 13th might fall on a full moon. Like we're coming right off of a full moon right now.
Yeah.
So that kind of would mar your statistics for
Damn
this
it!
one. Anyway.
That's all right. I'll come up with something brilliant, I'm sure.
So our book of the day today was on superstitions. It was called Black Cats and Evil Eyes, I think. Mm-hmm. We posted the link to that. So check that out. Pretty cool book. It goes through and just talks about things like wishing wells and Friday the 13th and all different kinds of things, and talks about where those myths possibly came from. I think a lot of that
black cats
probably lost.
Ladders.
Yeah. Why is it bad if a black cat? We have 2 black cats.
We do.
They cross my path all the time.
I don't know where they are right now, but yeah, we have 2 black cats.
They cross my path all the time.
All the time. Their names are Nightshade and Magic, and we love them. And
then walking under a ladder. Why is that bad?
I think I read that, but I don't remember. If y'all remember, or if you know why walking under a ladder is considered bad luck. Oh, goodness, what is that?
So why is this good luck? Because it wasn't good for the rabbit.
And he's died.
Why is the rabbit? I know. Why is the rabbit?
He's dead and she's died. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can teach a class on.
Yeah.
I just don't want this to go too long. But you're just supposed to be short and sweet. And we've droned on about Knights Templars. I'm just joking. It was very interesting information.
We didn't even get to a lot of the good stuff. But...
Oh, let's get to the good stuff.
Well, you get into a lot of conjecture is the problem. A lot of it's not.
Isn't a lot of magic just
historical.
Conjecture anyway?
Sure. Why not?
Aside from personal experience. And personal gnosis.
Well, I mean...
Deep philosophical questions we're getting into now.
I mean, you get into the whole Grail myth. I mean, what is the Holy Grail?
Right.
Is it actually the cup that held the blood of Christ? Or is it, you know, when you look at it from an esoteric sense, what is the cup in magic? It's feminine energy, female. So a lot of people say...
And then a dagger. And they're creating light.
A lot of people say the cup of Christ was actually his wife or his child and was whisked away to France, where his bloodline continued.
Sub Rosa.
Knights Templar became protectors of that. And then when Philip did what he did and brought the order down in France, they escaped and went to England and Scotland. A lot of the Knights Templar actually did in other countries. The Templars basically became disbanded. Right. And so a lot of the Knights Templar joined the Knights Hospitaller, which had a very similar... Hospitaller.
Word of the day is Hospitaller.
Which had a very similar mission to the Knights Templar. So a lot of them just blended into that. But the stories are that a lot of them went to Scotland, and shortly after that was the time when William Wallace won the Scots' freedom from England. Don't even... And the only way that he did that was because some of the old Knights Templar had joined his cause.
I have the giggles. Oh, I'm sorry.
And then the other myths are that the Knights Templar, because they were a shady group and had secrets and treasures, became the foundations of modern-day Freemasonry in Scotland and England. And,
and they do magic,
evolved.
Right?
No. Not even.
Well, magicians are French Masons.
Would you stop? So anyway.
Okay. Cool. This is fun. It's Friday night. What are y'all doing tonight? What kind of magic are you doing? Or preparing for tomorrow? We have stuff up our sleeve. Don't show. No,
nothing up my sleeves.
Don't. How are y'all handling coronavirus? Oh my goodness.
Don't even go there. Tired of it.
Oh man. I'm helping with a mental health group handling coronavirus hysteria and anxiety, and it's a lot.
we're not in the middle of society right now, so.
This is the excellent part
Oh, you can just
about not being anywhere near people.
Well, we do have people. We have 1, 2, 3,
But we're
4.
more than 6 feet away
There's
at least.
5 neighbors over there, but they're all like 300 feet away.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, quick video. We thought we lost that whole half an hour of chat, but just pulled it up on the computer and it was there. So good. We were showing you guys the outside, and I think when she set it down, her thumb hit the stop button or something, and all of a sudden on the camera it just went blank, and we're like,
I'm anyway, so sorry.
It's all good. So anyway, have a good rest of your Friday. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Let us know what you want to talk about. If you have a specific request or want to know what we're working on magically, we can let you in a little bit on that. We have some fun Goetia work that we're doing, and we'd love to chat about it, but only if people are interested. So.
Yep. So if you have an idea for a topic you want us to cover, post it in a comment or send us a message or whatever.
Yes.
And we'll be happy to try to do it. All right.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
We will talk to you soon.